Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're going to be continuing my 2022 year-end top 10s as we will finish up the 147-pound welterweight division as I look at my number one welterweight in the world right now at 147, and I will give the state of the 100 of the welterweight division. So we start with my number one. He moves up one spot from number two. He is the undefeated, unified welterweight champ, Errol Spence Jr. He entered the year already a unified champ, holding half of the belts, the WBC and the IBF belts. And then he added to that in April when he took on Yordenis Ugas in a much anticipated title unification bout, as Ugas was the WBA champ. And he absolutely dominated Yordenis Ugas. Outside of one punch that just kind of knocked him off balance, he utterly beat the shit out of Yordenis Ugas over 10 rounds. Yordenis Ugas' face, you go back and look at the highlights, he was just totally beat to shit. And they finally stopped the fight after 10 rounds, and Spence would unify the three of the four belts, and now is pushing forward towards hopefully something bigger. The remainder of the year, he was trying to land that big showdown for the undisputed title against Terrence Bud Crawford, and they were right there to getting it done. But according to Crawford, he wanted to have some say-so in the promotion because he was not guaranteed a set amount of money, just the percentage of the fight, which I believe was 40%. Excuse me. And then he ended up not taking the, Crawford ended up backing out and moving on to fight David Avanesian in December, and Spence didn't do anything. So Spence was just on the last Showtime card. They interviewed him, and he said that he is going to be probably returning in either April, May, or June. Now, the WBC ordered Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence next. But I truly believe, that the Spence and Crawford fight is still possible. Crawford mentioned Spence again after his fight with Avanesian. He's been mentioning him since. Spence also said that he still wants that fight, but these two guys are running out of time in terms of undisputed. If they want to fight for undisputed, in my opinion, it has to be in the first half of the year, or they're gonna have to do mandatory defenses, and it will not be for undisputed if they decide to hook up after that. So that would be disappointing if it's not for undisputed, because they truly are the top two dogs and have been the last couple of years. But it's really up to them, so Spence now overall, Spence is 32. He's 28-0 with 22 knockouts, and we're gonna see what he does in 2023, because we really don't know. And that kind of leads into the state of the 147-pound welterweight division. So, the division, again, is pretty much held up. It's in kind of disarray. It's very talented. You got some good fighters on the rise, good fighters that have established themselves. They are good, it is a good division in terms of talent and depth. But, Crawford and Spence are holding the division up. I'm just going to be honest. They are, but they're out of time now. They're either going to vacate and just hold on to one or two belts each, or they're going to have to, even if they were to unify, they're going to have to fight some of the other guys that are on the rise. And there's some good fighters. Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, they're there now. You got Ennis as the IBF interim champion, and he's in line now. He just won the interim title. He's going to be ordered to fight for the belt, the IBF title. And then you got Virgil Ortiz is fighting Imantas Stanionis for the WBA regular championship, and the WBA is trying to consolidate belts. So the winner of that fight in March is going to have to fight the WBA super champion, which is right now Spence, but it would be the winner of Spence and Crawford. You got Thurman's already been ordered to fight for the WBC, and it's been a minute. It's been since Crawford beat Sean Porter in 2021 that Crawford made a WBO mandatory defense. So this year, mandatories are going to be due, and they're only going to step aside probably for one more fight or one more time, and then they're going to have to fight each other. So Crawford and Spence, as I said, they're out of time. They got to fight each other now, and they might be moving up. You might have one, if they fight each other, one or both of them might be moving to 154 after that. You know, and if they don't fight each other, then one might stay and the other one might be moving up, you know. So there's a good chance, I believe wholeheartedly, that this division is turning over, and by the end of the year, I don't know if we have a new number one. Spence might still be the top dog at 147 by the end of the year, or Crawford, but you're definitely going to have new guys right there with them knocking on the door, because they're already there. Ennis, Ortiz, Stanionis, potentially the winner of that fight. These guys are eventually going to have to fight each other or leave it to the mandatories and the new guys to take over. And it's still going to be an exciting division. So that's the good thing about it. It's pretty much controlled by the PBC, but those guys are all going to be in action fighting each other, trying to, you know, put their best foot forward and try to outdo each other. And you just got a bunch of hungry guys. You even got Connor Ben still knocking on the door, and he's out of the top 10 right now. You got some good fighters in this division that are going to be getting opportunities and getting shots, and it's just going to create good matchups in 2023. And you know, like fights like Ortiz and Stanionis of, hey, I want my shot. I'm here. I'm willing to fight the best, and these guys are going to have to do that. I see Boots Ennis being the IBF champ by, you know, before the end of the year, of course. I see Virgil Ortiz probably going to be the regular champ. I think he'll beat Stanionis, and then, you know, he might get a crack at Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford in the second half of the year. I could see Spence and Thurman fighting if Crawford and Spence doesn't happen. You know, and maybe, again, maybe that leads to a Spence and Ortiz fight, if that fight can be made. So, got a lot going on here, a lot of potential showdowns, you know, and some of the other guys on the rise are going to get opportunities, but I'm hoping we at least get to see Spence and Crawford, even if it's not for Undisputed. Let's just get it done, just to see who the best guy is between those two. But I really hope it is for Undisputed, and I hope it happens in the first half of the year. So we'll see what happens, but that's it. That's what I got. That's my number one welterweight in the world at the end of 2022, entering 2023, the undefeated unified champ, Errol Spence Jr., and that is the state of the 147-pound welterweight division. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave the comment, subscribe to the channel as my 2022 year-end top 10s continue. I hope you guys enjoy, I already said that. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.